So the goal is to take this piece of wood, that's a 16-footer, and attach it to the uprights here so that I can have a permanent border at the bottom that I can nail the chicken wire to make a rabbit-proof fence. I really want something so that the bottom of the chicken wire is sturdy and nailed to a secure surface. And the other thing you should be aware of, this wood here, these 16-footers, have been treated with a combination of linseed oil and paraffin. And that's an organic preservative that will help the wood prevent rotting. I used it in my old raspberry beds and it lasted about 10 or 12 years, which was fantastic. So I'm doing it in this case as well, mostly because I had the wood available. They were 2x12s that I ripped lengthwise to make 2x6s, and then I painted them with the linseed oil and paraffin mixture so that they would be waterproof to an extent. So they'll last a long time. So that's the plan with the garden fencing. And I have to get it done because stuff's going to start popping up out of the ground, or I'm going to put some starts in there, and I may do that before I'm completely finished with the fence, and I'll have to put some temporary fencing around those sections of the garden. So that's prompting me to get this done as quickly as possible. To put in, I've got a lot of work ahead of me in the coming days, but the weather's not going to cooperate. It's going to be rainy most of the week, so I'll do it when I can, and I'll do as much as I can. But I do want to get some seeds in the ground before all of this rain, so I'm going to work on that next. Well, the breeze is picking up and the rain's going to come, but I want to get some seeds in the ground real quick. So I'm going to do some of these organic seeds, multicolored carrots, as well as some Imperator carrots from M.I. Gardner. I'm giving M.I. Gardner a shot this year. I think this is the first year I've used them. I might have ordered a few last year, but about half of my order has been M.I. Gardner this year. I'm going to give them a good shot. So I got to get this bed according to my plan, the plan that I made several videos ago. This row is going to be my carrot row this year. So I've got 4 varieties of carrots I want to try out. Remember, it's just me and the missus, so whatever I give to, whatever we eat and store for the winter, and whatever we give to friends, that's all we really need. So I think this 25-foot row might be enough, and maybe I'll sow some more later on. But I got to get this bed ready. It was ready last fall when I put compost on it, but I'm just going to pull a few weeds out of it and make it ready for some carrot seeds. You usually don't want to see a gardener just sitting there picking weeds, but there weren't that many in the row, and most of them were towards the edges where the pathway is, which collected more weed seeds. Because if you had seen on my prior video about tucking in your garden for the fall so that it can be ready for the spring, I put some compost on here that had been cured for a long time, and it's ready to plant, just like it was written up in the plan. So now I'm just going to rake it smooth, and I have a little tool here, which is just a 1x piece of stick that I use to make little V's in the corners, using the corner here down the row. It's about 4 feet long, and I use that to put the carrot seeds. So I'll make 3 rows of carrot seeds once I'm done grooming this bed and getting it ready. So now what I do is I take my stick and I'll just make some small grooves. along the surface here. And those are what I'm going to plant my carrots in, because they don't have to go very deep. And it keeps them in a straight line for me. Now with these sticks I'm just putting across, I'm just temporarily marking where my carrots went up to. And I'll mark on my diagram on my computer that these were rainbow carrots. And then I'll continue on with the Imperators. Well, it looks like I got about 4.5 feet of the organic rainbow blend, and then from the M.I. Gardner Imperator carrots, about 8 feet or so. So that'll make a nice row. And the rest of them I have some pelleted seed, which I can plant a little bit more gently and a little bit more specifically with their spacing. They're a lot easier to work with. So I like pelleted seeds, but I wanted to get these ones in the ground soon. So it looks like the rain's coming. I can certainly feel it on my back. It held off just a few minutes ago. It stopped for a few minutes, but it's certainly coming. And I'm real glad I got these seeds in the ground. These are the first seeds I've planted this season, so I'm very excited to get the garden going. And when these start coming up, it'll be a big motivator for me to get this fence finished so that the rabbits don't take advantage of my hard work. I'll keep going with the projects between rainstorms this week, and we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it's going to be a great garden by the end of the year. This is Scott at the XFed Homestead. We'll see you next time.